Question number 6. On painter William H. Johnson's return to the United States in 1938 after a decade in Europe, his style underwent an abrupt transformation. Turning away from landscapes painted in an expressionist style, a style that often involves using fluid, distorted shapes and thick, textured brush strokes to express the artist's subjective experience of reality, Johnson began painting portraits of black Americans in a bold new way. Evocative of African sculpture and American and Scandinavian folk art, these portraits feature flat, deliberately oversimplified figures in a vibrant but limited color palette. Which choice best describes the function of the underlined sentence in the text as a whole? Is it A, it elaborates on the previous sentence's statement about a transitional moment in Johnson's artistic career? B, it provides information about Johnson's travels in support of a claim about his artistic influences, which is advanced in the following sentence? C, it recounts a moment in Johnson's personal life that enabled the success of his subsequent career, which is summarized in the following sentence. D, it presents evidence that calls into question the previous sentence's characterization of Johnson's artistic development. Now we can see that over here, his style underwent an abrupt transformation. So he turning away from landscape painting, which that is the style has been described, distorted shapes, thick textured brush strokes, underwent abrupt transformation. Experience of reality, Johnson began painting portraits of black Americans in a bold new way. So he started doing it in a new way. So which do you think is the answer? So if you said A, that is correct. Because A is the best answer. It most accurately describes the function of the underlined sentence in the text as a whole. The sentence of the text indicates that Johnson returned to the US in 1938, at which time his style suddenly changed. The second sentence is underlined and gives more detail about this stylistic change, noting that his earlier work consisted largely of landscapes in an expressionist style and his new works were highly stylized portraits of black Americans. So in other words, the function of the underlined sentence is to elaborate on the transitional moment in Johnson's painting career. So there is a difference between what he used to paint before and what he is painting now. So A is the correct answer. So B is incorrect because although the text does mention that Johnson spent a decade in Europe, it does not discuss what other travel Johnson might have done. And furthermore, the text does mention African, American and Scandinavian artistic elements in Johnson's work, but it does not indicate that he traveled to different locations to learn about these practices. And C is incorrect because the text does not focus on Johnson's personal life, nor does it address how successful his career was in general. So nothing about his career or personal life is there at all in this particular paragraph. And D is incorrect because rather than call it into question, the underlined sentence continues the discussion of Johnson's career by adding further relevant detail of Johnson's artistic transformation. So I hope that's clear.